your house in TROPTIONS, okay? You use the TROPTIONS in your account for anything on this list that you want, and then we can just do it that way, and I'll just pay you full price in TROPTIONS. Well, he went for it. Not only did he go for it, he became a part of the exchange.
Why not?
And was in.
He's a convert.
He became under my group. And so he starts thinking of all the other, because it was going to cost him more than $25,000 to build his new home. By the way, this guy was one of the Blue Angels.
Oh yeah?
Just a real sharp guy, super guy. So I brought him into the guy I was working with at the time, who explained him more and got him to pay $25,000 cash to be a part of the system. To buy a regional vice presidency, whatever all that meant, you know. He ended up paying $25,000, and I got his house, and then we turned around and sold that house. So, using TROPTIONS. Now it's even better, because all you do is go, are you online? Do you have a... Well, most people are. If they're not, then Sean has hers. I have a computer with the little dongle there. We still have Verizon. But
if you're happy with it, that's good.
So we could go right on gtp.dobarter.com. Actually, you can punch in gtp123.com and it'll take you to DoBarter. By the way.
Really?
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
GTP.
One.
Okay.
2, 3.
Now question here.
I'm telling you, it was a long walk off that turnip truck.
Well, it was worth it, wasn't it? That time to reflect here. Like Evelyn said, we're trying to create a new exchange.
Well, it exists now. We're just trying to make it bigger and better and put flesh on those bones.
Well, what I'm saying, okay, I got to get this clear in my mind so I can relate to the team. I mean, I can sell TROPTIONS all day long now because I already did it once.
Yes.
And this guy just wrote out a check and says, I understand. I'll wait until you guys get something online and then let's go get it. DoBarter is owned by whom?
Another individual, Paul Dragon, and his...
Okay.
Yeah.
So he's designed this site.
Right.
So anytime there's a transaction that goes in, goes out, he's getting a fee.
He is. It's very small and it's capped.
Okay, correct.
So it allows us to float on top of that and make a lot more.
Okay, all right.
You pay that fee, right?
I do.
Okay, so
for the service, so that I don't have to come up with the software right now.
right, because it's just all there.
It's
you
there.
can get online. You can check your clients. You can check the trade. You can check your credit.
Right.
It's already prototyped in.
That's it.
However, as we build this new company, and we're adding to the list, let's say I put General Motors there, they want to go into TROPTIONS with us, or McDonald's, or whatever corporation we're trying, and they join. Do they join DoBarter?
No.
They join.
No, GT. DoBarter is just an application services provider. They're just providing the application that's on the web that gives us the service, so we don't have to do all that.
Okay.
Did you think of it as DoBarter being the mall and we're the store in the mall? Or is that
No.
not?
Okay, in other words, how do we, okay, let's say my company is a construction service company, and we supply lumber, hammers,
We're good.
everything for the industry.
Okay.
Okay? You come to me and say, and I say, I agree with that. Okay, I will, anything that comes to my store on order, they want to buy a $3,000 air compressor, tool belts, whatever, cash for cash. It's easy in my mind to convert that $3,000 toolbox to $3,000 in TROPTIONS. Okay, let's do it. Okay, now, will there be a website that people can get on and just look at my company now and TROPTIONS, or how? In other words, how do you now take that to the client and expose my company?
Oh, okay. Well, on the DoBarter site,
Okay.
again, it's not because it's DoBarter, it's gtp.dobarter. We have our own list of what we, GTP, have specifically to offer. So you're a part of that list of what we have
All
to
right.
offer. It just so happens that to give everyone a feeling of having more available, and literally there is more available, in the do barter system, the connection, it's actually not called do barter, it's American or some other exchange thing. By being a part of that, where there are other trade exchanges in other cities that are all together, that are willing to accept that same currency, I can make available to you something in another city that I don't have in my own city.
Correct.
Or I could make available something to you that I don't have, period. But what we're doing, I always want to be in a position where we have the control.
Well, right, we're in the driver's seat.
Exactly.
That's what I wanted to say is do
Yeah.
barter in our driver's seat.
No,
No,
they're only providing a
It's a
service
service.
right now.
Okay.
A service that we would, at some point, yes, we will remove ourselves from that.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
Same
why
thing.
it's
We're
better.
just renting space from them.
That's all.
We're just
That's-
renting space from them because they've provided everything that we need. We just sign
That's
up all
right.
the companies through
That's-
us,
that's-
and they'll be listed on do
And
barter.
that's why I was explaining to you, Brewer, that I make them local companies. I
Right.
make them local to our exchange so that when they fill out what they have available, it doesn't go outside.
Right.
It stays inside. So make sure that as you're teaching your people to make sure they fill out the categories where they have things available. That's how our store grows. But we keep it local. I keep it local only so that they purchase only stuff inside our store.
and not go out of the country.
Well, if they go out of the country, it's going to cost them dollars they probably don't have.
Yeah.
They'll have to figure out, they have to.
Yeah,
So when
maybe
you
the dollars
say local,
a week
you
in
mean
another
local to that
country.
city
Right.
or town?
No, I mean local to
Local
our
to us,
exchange.
to our exchange.
To GTP.
Okay.
That's what local means. Doesn't
Well,
mean
they may be another company that belongs to another exchange. And now
Right, and then I have to set up a
I
relationship
think the
either
water's
with
back
that
on, too.
exchange.
Oh,
Oh,
good.
is it?
Yeah.
Then I have to set up a relationship with that exchange, or I would have to acquire do barter currency, which I can acquire by selling stuff that we have that others would want.
It's just extra homework we don't even want.
Yeah.
We don't want to do it.
Right.
Which is why now that we have GTP 123, and that's actually the company name, better is to send people to www.gtp123.com, let it reroute to do barter, so that at the point that we no longer use do barter, GTP 123 routes to wherever. And we don't have to go back and say, okay, get rid of do barter from there, put on, they don't have do barter, they have gtp123.com. So that's what we want to do. So it's a process. I mean, it's
Right,
work.
right.
We have work to do, but
But
It's
it's
a
going to be in
starting point.
place. I mean, we've got a
Oh,
prototype. So
oh, yeah.
we can immediately, right now, just take money instantly from
Yep.
people.
Oh,
It's a
yeah.
starting point.
And then say, well,
Absolutely.
show me what you're talking about. Okay, good. We get the laptop, we sit down, GTP 123.
there you
It
go.
goes to do barter. Here's our site. Here's what you can do. Here's how you can trade
And
it.
it's seamless because they don't know the difference between us owning the home where all these things are available.
Right.
Exactly.
Yeah.
All
They,
these
right.
things.
Right. Right. We don't own the paint suppliers and this. That. They just know. Wow, you're Costco, man.
Yeah.
There you go.
Costco doesn't make their own food
It's just
and
Costco.
it's just Costco. It's just the shell.
It's easy as 1, 2, 3.
So we're bringing in. Yeah.
That's it. GTP 123. What? It's easy.
Right. We're just
So
bringing
easy.
all the stuff.
just like those Gap ads.
GTP.
Just like that.
1, 2,
This is
3.
easy.
Two, baby, you and me.
Yeah.
Easy as 1, 2, 3. How simple so GTP. Baby, you and me.
Nobody uses that song yet. so someday
We ought to see if
should
we can get that. If we can, how much it'll cost us to use it.
Little Michael.
Little Mike.
Michael, I know you're out of work lately.
Got some issues with the
Yeah,
government.
yeah. We just don't want to go to Neverland on our Troptions.
Neverland's up for sale.
Oh, is it? We could buy Neverland for Troptions.
It's being
And use it for kids.
divested.
For real.
For real, right?
For real.
That was you got cloud.
Back to that perception thing. I'd rather
that's a good
disassemble
point.
it.
We might have to use it for
No, different
Yes, Mr.
property.
Thomas.
for Bambi. Might be better off. at
Well,
Neverland.
we'll
Well, we
Yeah,
can
yeah,
disassemble it because there's some place in Central
No.
America that needs
Don't
amusement
disassemble.
park rides.
Yeah.
Anyway. Okay, next thing, because we're running out of time on this tape, and then we're going to stop, take a break, and eat, and do whatever we got to do. So we talked about, okay, so one of the things was the fees. I want to quickly cover the other ways GTP can make money. Now, GTP being like a bank, and when a bank has money that sits in its account, because it figures out basically, well, the Federal Reserve actually gives them this discount rate, but it figures out how often people are taking money out of the bank. And it figures out from its profits that it makes how much it has available that it can use. Because having all that money just sitting there, banks figure out what they can do to make money off of your money that's sitting there in the bank. So what could GTP do? GTP could buy companies. For example, using TROPTIONS, using cash it has, combinations, stock, whatever it owns, it could buy companies with that produce revenue back to GTP. GTP could loan TROPTIONS to people to buy stock in private companies. There are companies like Cassiola's company. GTP originally loaned shareholders money to buy stock in the private company of Salon City. Salon City needed at least 35 investors so it could go public. Certain investors were not able to or willing to come out with cash to buy stock in Salon City at that time. GTP said, hey, we'll loan you the TROPTIONS to buy stock in Salon City. But when you pay it back, you got to pay it back in cash.
Okay. So you're floating an invisible loan.
It wasn't invisible. The
Well, I
paperwork was there, everything's there, but it's, we have the TROPTIONS.
It was all
GTP
legit.
has the TROPTIONS. So loaned the TROPTIONS to Ron. Ron decided to take his TROPTIONS and buy
because
stuff.
Steve is accepting
TROPTIONS!
TROPTIONS.
Hello! So he accepted the TROPTIONS, gave them the stock. Now, Ron has the stock, but he owes us
Cash.
he owes us $10,000 in cash whenever he sells his stock. If he sells it for $200,000, great. We still get our $10,000 in cash, what we've done, and we have a small amount of interest.